So Konami's being a little weird. Alright, so everyone knows yesterday that they announced the policy change, which uncapped the maximum price that vendors can sell cards for. Because at events, you used to only be able to sell cards for $99.99 max. So, if a card was really expensive, something like Magician's Souls, it was cheaper to buy it there. But now they can just charge you the full straight up $130. Which, when I heard they changed the max price on cards, I had hoped so deeply and so strongly that they had lowered it. But I knew that wasn't the case. So they have completely uncapped it, and vendors can charge whatever they want. They can also sell different language cards. Yay. I guess that does make sense since it is all the TCG and they're all legal. And they now cannot sell OCG product. Not just cards, product. So I would assume that includes sleeves, mats, deck boxes, etc., etc., etc. Which I also understand. They're letting foreign language in and shutting OCG out, so keeping it all to the TCG. The reason for these changes escapes me, because it's not like the Yu-Gi-Oh community was unhappy with the previous arrangement, and I certainly think there's going to be a number of people unhappy with the new one. But even more than that, Konami is also canceling the Ultimate Duelist series, which honestly I understand, because I have never competed in one, because it always seemed like a badly conceptualized event, because you need X number of points to play in a UDS, right? And you get these by entering regionals, by placing in regionals, blah 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 blah, or by playing a UDS qualifier. Do you know what winning a UDS qualifier gets you? Not enough points to qualify for a UDS. So, never really made sense to me as an event, because it was so gate-kept. I'd never been to one. I didn't see the purpose in it. So, woohoo, you get your round 1 bye at the next YCS. Who out here losing round 1? I mean, round 1 is almost always free. Because you don't normally get paired up against really good players round 1. They exist, sure. But I can't tell you the last time I lost round 1 of a regional, or YCS for that matter. Regardless, it is what it is, and the event is ending, and some people are going to be upset about that because nobody likes it when things change. But you just sort of have to accept that, it's their decision to make, it's their game. We just play it. I don't necessarily think that it needed to be ended. It could have been revised. There's a lot of things they could have done about it, but, they wanted to get rid of it. And this guy wants to be the most petty. Just had him leave and pass me on the right as I merged into the lane. Nice. You gotta keep your place in line. No cutting. Regardless, so Konami's being a little weird. Outside of that, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the same old. Ignister AI Land doubled in price out of nowhere. So maybe the deck actually does things. I haven't bothered to read any of the cards. No one around here plays the deck. I've not heard anyone talk about the deck. I've not heard anyone say, oh yeah, man, Ignister AI Land does blah, 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 blah. It's so crazy. So until something crops up back in the weeds, it's not really on my radar yet. I'm very focused on dealing with Spiral and Guru and Altergeist and Hero. Every other deck in the format doesn't really exist to me. Say what you will, call me short-sighted. Well, there's also Mech Knight Invoked. And that deck is a real deck, they're alive again. So they've got that going for them. Mech Knight core shot way up. Overall, it's, just Konami implementing bad policy like always. Because we're all still over here enjoying those end-of-match procedures. Which I'm not really going to touch on because everyone knows about them, so there's no need for that. So we can move past that. But regardless, today was supposed to be the Dragon Ball day, but I had to talk about that for Yu-Gi-Oh! So there's not really too much to say with Dragon Ball. Set 9 pre-releases this weekend, so there'll be double videos up for that. I've got a video recorded that I haven't posted yet of me just playing a practice match. An unfortunately very one-sided practice match, as Bobby had not brought back my other super deck, so I had to teach with a very old, poorly matched deck, and I just sort of curb stomped the other player. But it wasn't about winning or losing the game so much as it was teaching him the mechanics. So that'll get up eventually. Android 21 paired with Shenron the Wish Granter can deal 9 damage in one turn, and that's just hilarious to me. Just a thought. I've tested it twice, it's worked both times, doing no damage until you drop both of them and killing them outright in one turn. If you hit them with Majesty, she becomes 45 triple crit. Just throwing that out there. If you feel like trolling somebody. There's not really a whole lot to talk about right now. Nothing's, other than Konami being strange, has happened that's noteworthy. Ignister's going up in price, sure. But I think that everyone is just in a holding pattern for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Dual Overload is coming out at the end of next month, or halfway through next month. Rule change happens April 1st. Eternity Code after that. And that's when everything breaks open. That's when dinos get their 1-drop. So we lost Diagram, and my heart weeps. But we also have another ban list coming too. And then we enter Nats format. And that's when Yu-Gi-Oh! Becomes real again, because all of a sudden we're out from underneath the yoke of Master Rule 5 for most decks, and that's huge. ABC already has some very interesting variants involving the very unfortunate Magician's Souls, because you can use Magician Souls effect to summon itself, and then send Peace and Hanger from deck to grave, or from field to grave, triggering the Peace and drawing 2 cards. There you go. Masquerena. You summon C, equip B. Souls, send to the graveyard, summon. Send Hanger and B to grave. B, search A, draw 2. Link into Appaloosa, or link into Masquerena. C, summon B. That's Buster right there. That's just Hanger and Souls 2-card combo to draw 2, make Masquerena Buster. So any other extender, a gadget, anything. Also, they get that they get the Union Link monster, the dude that just equips any Union, and the level 5 Union monster with Cyber Dragon attack, so it can be revived off Nashter, which is potentially problematic. But the main draw of it is you go Hanger, add Peace, normal Peace, equip the level 5 effect, tag out into a Peace, Peace effect, summon itself, Link, trigger both pieces. Problem. Very good, very problematic. So Scrap ABC becomes stronger. Souls 8, like ABC is just, it's emanating a menacing aura right now. It's just waiting for you. It's waiting for everybody that's not Calvin Tahan. Is that? I am terrible with pro player names. I am horrible about it. But, so everyone feel free to yell at me, but I'm pretty sure he's the ABC guy. Which is a very rude way to say it, but, you know. Regardless, so ABC is going to be a problem. Junk Speeder, interesting. Not going to do a whole lot. That's pretty much, you know, all I've got to say today. Just organizing my thoughts. School is killing me. I haven't really had time to sit down and dedicate to preparing topics. But, you know, we're getting somewhere. It's more about the act of the continuous uploads and just commitment. Someone take me out on a date or with a gun. I don't care which.